you don't know this, but I coach baseball.
Okay.
And your senior year, you played Trenton, and you beat us. But Northville's had a really good year, baseball-wise, like excellent. Best year they've had in a long time. Do you still keep up with baseball at all in like any capacity, from like MLB to high school team or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I love watching baseball. To kind of keep playing it, I'm in like a softball league with like a bunch of old guys. So I mean, it's not the most fair thing in the world, because I'm in like my athletic like peak of my life. I'm playing against guys that are like 50 years old, but that's kind of how I stay involved in it, at least. But I love baseball, always will. But obviously, it's not what got me to college. It's football.
What's the stat line like in the softball league? You slashing
Softball,
like 10 a game?
I'm probably hitting like 850, a couple home runs.
There you go.
I'm hitting the ball pretty good.
Is there any connection for you between like the mental toughness and how slow the game of baseball is in comparison to making kicks in a game?
Yeah, I think it's something that it's probably the easiest thing to kind of compare to kicking. In baseball, you got to wait maybe 2-3 innings before you can hit. In football, you got to wait, maybe a quarter or two before you can go out and hit a kick. So just kind of having to stay like patient, but always ready, like whenever. That's a pretty good thing to kind of draw comparisons to.
So you were one of the better kickers in the country the past couple of seasons, especially this past year, and you still decided to come back for this year. So just take me through what went into that decision, how you factored it, and what made you come to that choice.
Yeah, obviously I love it here. I just kind of wasn't ready to go yet. Going to the NFL is a big step, but I just love being here. Wasn't really ready to go yet. I think I can, only get better from here. Want another All-American, want another Lou Groza, but just got to keep working my butt off. And we got a great team this year. Really glad to be a part of it. Go beat Ohio State again, and hopefully win it all this year.
Did you and Brad maybe scheme that up a little bit, like, hey, we're both going to do this again?
No, he was kind of, leaning towards coming back the whole time. I was kind of 50-50 more so. But, it just worked out. Obviously, having him come back was a big factor as well, having the same operation with the holder and the snapper. So he was a big factor in it. But, yeah, I mean, we both just love it here. We don't want to leave yet. Want to enjoy it as long as we can.
So you're a little bit of an older guy in comparison to a lot of the guys that are here, like AJ and JJ, and the list goes on. So you've seen kind of like the grassroots of this whole thing for Michigan, from the lower end seasons to obviously last year's climax to that point. What can you say just about the differences that you've seen personally from maybe the culture or the roster or whatever it may be? Like, what has been so noticeable about those years compared to last year and this year?
Yeah, I would say it's like the buy-in from all the guys on the team. In the past, we've had guys, coming out of high school, they're superstars, they come into college, they get humbled a little bit. But I think we've had a lot of, like, freshmen come in, they're ready to work. They're not necessarily, coming in like Mr. Hotshot. So I would say that's a big factor. And then just overall the team just kind of bonding together, kind of having that buy-in. It's a cool feeling when you can get like 140 guys to work towards the same goal.
I'll round out with this and let you get back. Everybody thinks like NIL is automatically just money, but it also affords you opportunities like this where you're able to work with kids and you guys are able to come together and bond during the off season when you normally can't. How important is that for you guys, and how much are you enjoying today?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to give back to these kids. We grew up coming to these camps also. So this is something that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. Because I know I remember coming to camps, especially college camps, and you get to meet the players and stuff. So being able to kind of give back and just kind of build those memories for those kids is kind of like how I, experienced it when I was younger. It's a pretty special feeling. It was one of my goals, coming to these camps. Like, I want to be one of those college guys when I grow up. So it's pretty cool to be here.
Awesome. Good for you.